Good morning, lunatics, and welcome to Morning Java. Morning Java brought to you, as always, by our good friends at Get Go Cafe and Market, where, John, did you know they just have some dang good subs?
I've experienced that. There's some very good subs there.
Sunday. What's up?
What's up, man?
I don't know. We're in Bradenton, man.
We are.
It's pretty neat here, isn't it?
I like it. I mean, this is one of my favorite places to shoot at all. I took a picture, just a year ago of Elias Diaz against these fences right here. That's one of my all-time favorite portraits I've shot at a baseball.
Yeah, the one where he's kind of grappling the...
Yeah, and he's got the shadow of the fence on his face, and it was just emotional. He had just gone through the retrieval of his mom, of course.
Yeah, in Venezuela when she was kidnapped. Yeah, the lighting here is okay.
Well, you love it because you love this. You love these shots where you literally. And
I actually look like I'm a photographer here.
I've seen this every city we go to. Dan walks around with the phone and he points it straight up at the skyscrapers in the blue sky,
and it looks artistic.
And it looks good.
Yeah,
it looks good. So you love it for that. I hate it because everybody's a silhouette or has a greenish hue because the light is just so hot. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's February, but that sun still kind of stinks right now.
Yeah, it's a nice place, though.
Oh, yeah, it's a nice place. I like being down here. He doesn't. He likes sausages and stuff.
One of the big questions for the Pirates this spring is who's going to be the starting shortstop. Will it be Eric Gonzalez, who they acquired from the Indians in November, or will it be Kevin Newman, their number one draft pick in 2015, who didn't have a real good first impression in the major leagues last August and September? What do you think, Matt? It's a pretty big competition. I know it's got you excited. What do you think?
You guys like that he's already written me out of the starting shortstop equation?
Well,
this is unbelievable. I've got the Mercer length.
You do.
I've got the agility. I know you guys have seen me dodge Antonio Brown on the sidelines like he's pushing me down or something.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, man. The one thing that's going to throw kind of like an X factor in this situation is what they can do at the corner as well. Because I think that depending on who has what range and defensive ability playing third base, maybe they can, shorten up the need for some of the range at second base.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely
right. Or at shortstop, of course.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. If Colin Moran can improve his defense, and Clint Hurdle was adamant that Colin Moran can improve his defense, but then again, not to be a smart aleck, but it would be hard not to improve his defense as bad as it was last year. But if Jung-Ho Kang ends up at third base and he shows that he still has some range, now he's missed pretty much all the last two seasons. He's going to be 32 early in the season. He turns 32. That could help too. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think Gonzalez is clearly the favorite. They really seem to like him and feel they found a diamond in the rough. But to Kevin Newman's credit, I was here for minicamp back in January here at Pirate City, and he really worked quite hard to try to prove that he can play and show that what he did last year was not his true Kevin Newman.
Yeah, and I do like Newman, but I think the one thing is going to be he's going to have to translate the bat better than he did because, all year we were arguing last year that he needed a chance at the major league level, but then nothing that he did at AAA or AA before that translated at all. I mean, I'm sitting there just looking at the guy sitting in the dugout like, when's he going to do anything at all with the bat?
Yeah, and I talked to him a little bit at minicamp about that. What was the biggest thing that he learned in the 6-7 weeks he was in the big leagues last year? And he admitted, he said the pitching's a lot better. He said they will exploit your weaknesses a lot quicker than pitchers in AAA would. And he said, he's watched a lot of video. He's really trying what he can to try to put what he learned last year and use it to his advantage this year. And again, I will say this. He really, really wants to be a better player. He's really worked at it, and whether that's going to be enough, time will tell. But I know he was embarrassed by the way he played up here last year, and he wants to make amends.
This is the spot, or roughly,
close enough,
that Jim Leyland had his tirade with Barry Bonds. What year was that?
I want to say 91.
That sounds right.
Either 91 or 92. It'd come after Barry had lost in arbitration. He wasn't very happy about losing in arbitration.
Yeah, he just wasn't a very happy person in general. Probably still isn't.
Yeah.
The impact of that argument, which was filmed by a TV crew, it's amazing the lasting power that it has.
Mm-hmm.
It still gets shown. It's on all of the greatest tirades of all time, whatever else. And Leyland just freaked out on Barry, that he wasn't going to stand for it. He wasn't going to have him show him up. It's funny that now, in the social media era, like there would have been like 30 different versions of it, right? And it would have been out in 4 seconds.
Absolutely. And I mean, yeah, I think it resonates with people. I think we all have worked with that person. We think, this guy gets away with stuff. Wants to get away with stuff. And Leyland wasn't going to let his best player get away with stuff. And not only was it a Barry, I think it was a message to the whole team. It's like, we're all one here. Just because you won the MVP doesn't mean that you are better than anyone else and you can get by with being a jerk and everything. And I think that really resonated with people, and I think it still does to this day.
I was going to say, you and I are both thinking about the same thing here, aren't we? Because you can't have a certain standard. Even you have star players, you allow them to do what something different because they earn it.
Yeah.
But if they go too far, and yes, we're talking about what you think we're talking about, it hurts the whole process.
Yeah. Plus, and on top of it, Leyland's even today he's a demonstrative person in retirement.
Emotional, passionate.
And when he gets upset, it's almost comical. Sorry, Jim, but his head starts going up and down like a bobblehead doll, like one of the like on.
Come on, do it. Everybody knows you do.
Kip Wells bobblehead night or whatever you call it, and. I think people like that. People like the fiery little skipper. I mean, he was immensely popular in Pittsburgh.
Oh.
We all know that. And it was like, and that made him even more popular, that he stood up to the star of the team and didn't put up with it. And maybe there's another coach in Pittsburgh, if he stood up to the star of his team, might increase his popularity,
too. I don't know whoever you might be talking about.
I'd rather not say Mike Tomlin, but that's somebody I'm just thinking of.